Hello everybody, welcome. This is Chris and I am excited you are here. I am excited about this video. If you could, please hit the like button and comment below and also subscribe to the channel. It's a huge help. So this is the 2020 Paradise Camp at the University of Miami. This is the day of the big game. Right now we're looking at South Beach and we're getting ready for a walkthrough.
This is your proving ground, guys. You do well today, colleges will be fighting to recruit you. When your position's called, men, get out there. You know what it means to leave it all on the field? Leave it. Show us you deserve to be here.
So after our early walkthrough of the day of the game, we're taking a look at campus. The recruits are looking at the dorm room, checking it out, seeing what's going on as everybody gets ready for the big game. With all of the top recruits, all 18 of Miami's commits are going to be playing the game, and a number of big-time recruits are filing into the stadium to play in this epic game. From outside of Florida, inside of Florida, everybody is here. It's a brand new format, and I'm very excited about it. Two teams are going to go head-to-head, full pads. You see the special edition uniforms, the special edition helmets for the 2020 Paradise Camp. And if you guys have been following the Paradise Camp, this would have been the 5th annual camp, and it's had a number of big-time moments. A number of big-time prospects have been at the camp, so we had to make sure everybody was going to be here. All of the top guys in South Florida, all of the Miami commits made it. 17 of Miami's 18 commits are from the state of Florida, so you know they were going to be here. And Elijah Arroyo from Texas also made the trip. We're going to play this out and see how it goes. And if you could drop in the comment, if you guys are curious, maybe some guys who are here, and maybe you guys are noticing some of the guys as well. Number 80 right there, that's Jacoby George. Jacoby, the big-time prospect that put up big numbers. But this is the big man right here, Jake Garcia from California, USC commit. He made the trip. He's been to Miami before, so it's no surprise to see him here. So right now, Jake's going to get the first half with the orange team. Jalen Milroe's going to captain the white team for the first half. And then we have two other quarterbacks that will take the second half. Zion Turner, Braden Locke for the orange team, Jay Allen and Jacurry Brown for the white team. So here we go. First play of this game. Thad Franklin, Miami commit. First carry goes for 7 yards. Really nice player. Very good speed and physical attributes. Miami commit. He would bring something different to the running back room with that combination of speed and power. Highly productive back. Very talented. And you see, that was a good tackle right there. That's number 2. That's Corey Collier Jr. from Palmetto. And just talking a little bit about Jake Garcia, I know many of you guys are glad to see him. And even though he's committed to USC and he's spoken publicly, remaining committed, the reason why his name stays in the Miami recruiting circles is because Miami's still interested. They're still pursuing him. Not only that, USC has since added another big-time quarterback prospect in the class, and oftentimes you don't see multiple big-time quarterback recruits go to the same school in the same class. Not that it doesn't happen, it's just rare. So when that happens, people are wondering if Jake will be the one to go to a different school. Again, he's saying everything publicly. He's sticking with USC. Great school, and you can understand why. Very good program, and he's from California, and you definitely understand why. But Miami's going to do everything they can, and they have been still recruiting him, pursuing him. And one of the things that makes it also intriguing, not only does Miami need a quarterback, there's a couple nice moves by Thad Franklin. Definitely want to get to more about Thad. But with Jake, the thing that stands out to me also, not only is the Miami staff staying on him, but Miami recruits as well. He's still in contact with those guys, some of the commits, particularly the Northwestern guys. Khalil Brantley, Romello Brenson, they'd love to have him. They'd love to catch passes from him in the future. So there is that connection. So there is some buzz of why Jake Garcia is linked. And you see him here Just a reminder, he has been to campus before, so I thought it'd be good to have him here as well. So there's a nice handoff. Thad Franklin is off to a really good start. 4 carries, 38 yards. Really leading this Orange team. And I just want to thank everybody for showing their support. Hopefully you guys like this. This is something brand new. I've not seen something like this before. Maybe it's been done, but I just want to do something like this for you guys. There's Arnold, big-time safety prospect. Seeing all the names here. 21, that's Terrence Lewis. You see Leonard Taylor, 56, playing alongside his high school teammate and Miami commit Savion Collins, 99, their defensive tackle. Shamar Stewart is in there, 94. Nice. Oh, I thought Brinson was going to catch it. Number 35, that's Earl Little Jr. Just look at the offensive line. See Ryan Rodriguez there, committed to Miami. So a number of Miami commits on this Orange team, but they're split up too. It's not a Miami commit team versus the other guys or anything like that. This is try to be as balanced as possible. The guys split it up. And here we are. A lot of talent in this game. Garcia with a nice throw. He's made a couple good completions, so 3rd and 2. This one's big here. You see Marshall right there, number 70, high school teammate, played with Isaiah Walker at Norland. He's a nice offensive lineman as well. I remember going to a game and they were plowing people in the run game. Okay, 3rd and 2 for Garcia and the Orange team. Oh, guys in motion here. White defense looking to shake things up. Orange receivers, you saw Romello Brinson, number 1, 80, Jacoby George, you saw him. Also on the team, 84, Chase Smith, son of former Hurricane Willie Smith. 85 is Malik Curtis, a Miami commit from Fort Myers. Bishop Verreau, shout out to Bishop Verreau for the great hosting all of those years at the City of Palms basketball tournament. So certainly the Orange team has some weapons here, with in addition to Thad Franklin and Jake Garcia. So 3rd and 7, here we go. So now they need 7 yards on 3rd down. Nice throw. Oh my goodness. That's 85. That's Malik Curtis right on cue. What an incredible catch. I mean, that's a good throw by Garcia, but Malik Curtis in traffic over Earl Little Jr. with the touchdown reception. Makes a nice leaping catch. That's great to see for him. Listed as an athlete, can play receiver or DB. You definitely like those guys that play both sides of the ball. It gives you flexibility as a coaching staff. In terms of player development, you get a chance to work with them at one position and see how it goes. With also keeping in mind that maybe you make a switch later. And also just having playmakers on the roster, you cannot go wrong with it. You see guys right here lining up on special teams. Playmakers on special teams are huge. Guys that have a knack for getting to the ball, making tackles or blocks, making big plays, even if it's, just monster plays like block kicks. You just like those playmakers, guys that really have a good feel for the game, in addition to their physical attributes. There's Sebastian, number 18 right there, linebacker. And there's Jalen Milroe right here. Gonna take a look at him. Another guy Miami is pursuing at quarterback in the 2021 class. Another guy they're staying on, even though he's committed to another program. Verbally committed to Texas. He is from Texas. And they're staying on him as well. And that's the thing with recruiting. And you'll see other guys here committed to other schools. Ja'Cory Brooks is here, number 7, wide receiver, 5-star prospect from Booker T. Washington. Right there, actually, with a catch over the middle, committed to Alabama. But this is the big-time event. We're not leaving guys out. Everybody wants to be a part of this. Man, I hope you guys are enjoying this. You see 82 right there. I saw him in the huddle. That's Brashard Smith. That's 23. That's Amari Daniels. He's an interesting prospect. I've talked about him before, but running back out of Miami Central, a guy that's been on the scene since before high school. He's been well known. Miami Central, goes to Jackson. He's at Central now. Had that monster state championship game performance. I really like his abilities. You saw it right there just a little bit. Obviously it didn't work out there, and Jaden Hood there on the tackle, 51. But just that spin move, you got to see that, just that agility. Has a very good burst. I think he'd be a good addition to the program. I think he'd be good, obviously, with Thad Franklin, and what you're looking there is completely different playing styles. Thad, a bigger player, a little bit more, with more power. Whereas Amari, you can use him in space a little bit more, and just that mix of talented players. There's Amari, heavily involved here. So Jalen Milroe, I like his abilities. He's got a really good arm. Watching his film, gets the ball downfield. Also can move in the pocket. I think that's so important right now. And I think that, just real quick talking about last year, I think that's something that was missing from last year's offense at Miami. And Milroe unable to use his agility and ability to get outside, and Miami commit Allen Hay with the big sack right up the middle and jumps on him and sends him to the ground. Good for Allen there. And Allen's one of the guys from Chaminade Madonna. Touched on Thad Franklin. You saw Borregales handling the kicking duties. And that's one thing that stands out to me right now with Miami's recruiting class and the recruits in South Florida is multiple prospects at different schools, multiple guys playing together moving forward. And I think that's the one thing that stands out to me with Miami's recruiting, in the sense that, yes, you talk about locking down South Florida, and you need all of those top guys. You see some of them here. The Jason Marshall, James Williams is here. Big-time players. I mentioned Collier earlier, Leonard Taylor. I mean, there's a number of big-time guys. And you want to lock down, you want to get all of those guys as well. But the one thing that's nice, and you see it right here with Brinson, number one, multiple guys from the same school deciding to go ahead and play together moving forward. Brinson is one of 5 Northwestern commits. Shout out to Cameron Kitchens. Made his announcement to join the group of 4 and commit. Picked Miami over Auburn. And when you see those groups of guys, obviously when you see a group of 5 from Northwestern, it reminds you of that 7 that signed out of Northwestern from that 08 class. Part of that number 1 ranked, nationally ranked recruiting class at Miami. Obviously, everybody wished it would have went a little bit different, but the one thing you see is, again, Chaminade Madonna, multiple guys committed to Miami. You see Northwestern, Palmetto, multiple guys Miami would love to have in the program. So it's not just about recruiting the guys from South Florida, but you're essentially establishing these pipelines at different schools. Obviously, St. Thomas Aquinas pumps out a number of guys, and we're going to see one of them a little bit later with Zion Turner, the quarterback. I saw Hood was there earlier, so you see some guys there. But convincing guys to go ahead and stick together, not just stay home and play for your community, which is great. And that's obviously what Miami's looking to sell as a program. But getting different guys to go ahead and say, yes, I want to continue playing with the guys I've been playing with. And also Miami Central, another one I just mentioned. Lawrence Seymour, offensive lineman, and then his younger brother Lamar, a wide receiver in the 2023 class, have committed. And Miami would like to add more Central prospects. That is a huge hesitation move. That's impressive. If Thad Franklin can do that at the college level, he's going to have a monster career. Because again, he's got the power mixed with his speed, the 6', 225 range. And if he's able to do moves like that, it is going to be scary. Again, I know I say this quite a bit, but I truly mean it, and I want to make sure it's very clear. I am so appreciative of everybody's support, not just with the videos, but the website, just everything, with everything going on. We are trying to do everything we can to give you guys as much content as possible. And many of these videos like this one today, completely new. Breaking out some things you had not seen before. Had no idea how it was going to go over. The simulations, you've seen that. You've seen the Dynasty series with the football team. Shout out to everybody that has been watching that, following along. We got the ACC title game coming up next against Louisville. Every Tuesday, check out that. Big thanks to everybody that helps with recruiting there. I'm sure you guys are here. If you guys are fans of recruiting for the Dynasty season, I know you're here watching this because this is the real recruits right here. And Thad Franklin is having a monster day here. I feel a little bit bad for Patterson from Deerfield Beach. He's unable to get in the backfield with Franklin having such a big day, but he's here. He's a 2022. Definitely going to be one to watch in the future. There's Garcia, the nice step up. Oh, that's a nice throw. You guys see that? So he steps up in the pocket. It looks like he was going to run, and then he fires the pass to Khalil Brantley, another Northwestern commit. And Brantley's an interesting prospect to me because of his size. He plays that tight end position, but I really like the versatility he will be able to bring to the college level in terms of moving him around. Because of his size, you can make him a little in an H-back kind of a role, which could be used in this offense. We don't exactly know, but it's not necessarily the big focal point, like what you've seen with previous Miami offense. But the point is, you can get him out in motion. You don't have to leave him right at the edge, right on the line of scrimmage next to the offensive line. You could slide him out a little bit. And there he is again, Khalil Brantley. Again, able to move different spots in a formation, make tough catches, and him being able to make catches, move around a little bit, opens things up for other guys on the edges for the receivers. There's 34. You saw him right there. That's Kamari Wilson. Another big-time prospect. So here we go. Orange team on the move. Just before halftime, looking to take a commanding lead here. Jake Garcia really put in work. And I know many of you guys are liking seeing Garcia and Franklin in the backfield. Nice throw over the middle. That's Malik Curtis again. He's coming up huge here in the red zone. Already has a touchdown under his belt. Now he makes that nice catch. Down to the 1. I thought he might get in again. Man, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Drop in the comments if you're enjoying it. If you're curious, I'm not going to be able to list the whole roster. I haven't gotten to everybody. But if you're curious about certain guys, or maybe you saw someone you want confirmation, hey, is that so-and-so? Let me know. Drop in the comments. Oh, roll out. Oh, my goodness. Terrence Lewis almost with the interception. That's a great play by Terrence. Not just reading it, but with that good speed to get out there and knock it down. But, man, if he could have caught that, that might have been a house call with his speed. But still a really good play. So Garcia and the orange team have to find a way to crack through here. Nice handoff. Yeah, it only makes sense. Thad Franklin with the touchdown and drops the hammer on the celebration. He's got that running game going, and his celly game is great. Good to see. So Thad Franklin's having a big day. Nice block. 83 there. That's DeCarlo Donaldson. Play the wide receiver position, developing into more of a tight end prospect in that 2022 class. Again, a mix of 2021s and 2022s.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
So there we go. 14-0 for the orange team.
So that drive goes 8 plays.
That's a nice drive for Garcia, leading the way there. Again, Garcia will only get the first half. Same with Jalen Moreau. You see him right here. warming up number 4. Other guys in the picture. There's Brooks, 7. I see Leonard Taylor, 56. Shout out to Leonard. Making plays. He's been someone that, for a long time, people have been very excited about him in terms of his development, his future, his abilities. One of those guys with that athleticism at the defensive tackle position that you like. And also the size, the quickness to make plays. And speaking of defensive tackles, if we're going to talk about defensive tackles, I got to make sure I give a shout out to Mason Smith, who's here, playing alongside Alan Hay for the Orange team. There's Brashard Smith. Let's talk about him a little bit. 82, really nice player, dynamic playmaker. Seeing him early in his career in the mold of a running back, get some carries. But Palmetto's got some other guys they would go with. And what you started seeing was Brashard was just so effective with the ball in his hands as a mismatch as a receiver, moving him around a little bit in the offense. And then last year, as a junior, has a monster year. Leads the team in yards and touchdowns. Has 13 touchdown catches. I also saw him return a kickoff in a big game against South Dade. So he has that ability as well. Just a playmaker that you can move around. I think he's going to be a very nice piece for an offense at the collegiate level because, again, you can move him around a little bit. You can give him handoffs if you need to. But you can also... Okay, Milroe's going deep here. Oh, nice. That was 32. 32 is Deuce Chestnut. I think he had the pass breakup on that, but they're trying to go big to Ja'Cory Brooks. That only makes sense. You're down just before halftime. There's Deshaun Troutman, Miami commit out of Orlando. We'll talk about him. Man, there are so many guys here to get to. And you look at, that's a nice catch by Brooks. Yeah, that's 32. I'm sure that was him because he's guarding him again there. So Brooks gets that's how football works. Chestnut with a nice breakup just a second ago. Now Brooks gets a reception. But the reason why, Milroe and Garcia are still being pursued by Miami is because, getting a quarterback in this class, a high-level one, is important in the sense that you're still looking at the future and determine who's going to take over at quarterback. Obviously, De'Aaron King takes that role in 2020. He's a senior. And then you have N'Kosi Perry, Tate Martell, who are juniors. But then you have young guys, Tyler Van Dyke, Peyton Matoka. And just kind of when you look at the building of a program, you're looking for that next quarterback down the road. And I think adding a guy like a Milroe or Garcia would be big in this class. Jay Allen, also an intriguing quarterback prospect. We're going to see him in the third quarter for the white team. 2021, we'll talk about him when he comes up here. Let's stick with this white team. Milroe's got these guys down here at the 39. I think a touchdown would be huge. There's Brashard Smith. Nice catch over the middle. Again, with Brashard, just that ability to move him around. You can move him in the slot, get him in motion, create mismatches, and get the ball in his hands. Just has that knack for making people miss, the knack by getting by people as well. Oh, that would have been a huge catch there. Another guy I haven't talked about on this white team is Keith Brown, number 14. Similar in stature as Brashard Smith. There he is, 14. There's Brown. But also similar playmaking ability. Puts up monster numbers. Can do different things. Plays both sides of the ball. Very dynamic player for Miami Central. And Miami Central is Amari Daniels with a nice catch. Oh, he comes up short. That's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking because it looked like he definitely had the first down. I would have been interested to see if the white team could have continued the drive. I was hoping they'd get a touchdown. Let's keep this thing a really tight game for the second half, but that's okay. They'll kick a field goal. That's Borregales kicking for both teams here. And Will Betteridge will handle the punting duties. So here we go. 14-3. The white team closes in. There's 95. That's Thomas Davis. Just recognizing guys that are here. Miami looking to add him to the class. A couple other guys right behind Garcia with a little time there. That's Ja'Cory Hammett and Jabari Ishmael. Hammett's a Miami commit. Ishmael's a guy that many people believe or hope that will pick Miami. His father's worked at University of Miami for a long time as a strength coach. Jabari's keeping things close to the vest in terms of his recruitment. But a really nice player. Helped Columbus win a state title last year. And he's going to be one to continue to watch.
This is fielded a couple yards deep.
So here we go. Just a few seconds left here for Garcia and the orange team. It was great to see him out here. Had a pretty solid performance, made some nice throws. Oh, just give the ball to Franklin. Looks like they're just trying to run out the half. And they get a nice big run. So where are we at here? Okay, so at the 42, only 8 seconds left, but they do have a timeout. So maybe you go, maybe a big pass play. Maybe it'll take 6-7 seconds off, and then you get out of bounds. Or if you get a first down, call timeout. Maybe you get one more, maybe 2 more plays in this. All right, Garcia. Oh my goodness. So he's looking for Brinson, but man, what a nice interception. There's Kamari Wilson. Big time safety prospect. Nice interception on the play. And Jake's just obviously trying to force it right before half here. And Wilson's able to make that leaping grab. Again in traffic, good to see. For the white team here, so in the half, 14-3 for the orange team. Good to see Jake Garcia put in some work, solid performance. Jalen Milroe would have liked to have seen a touchdown, but again, just great to see him out here. You saw his abilities. I don't think there's any question. Player of the first half so far has been Thad Franklin. Really hard to handle. He's able to score a touchdown. So there's Malik Curtis with a touchdown and Thad Franklin with the touchdowns. Recap the first half. A big thank you to everybody that's watching. Let's go ahead and watch this second half and see how this goes. Okay, the guys are getting hype. I like that. That was David there, 31. So he's hyped. Nice safety. So, yeah, a lot of guys are here. Orange team going to kick off. Jay Allen taking over at quarterback for the third quarter for the white team. 82 Brashard Smith. Hopefully you guys like these special edition uniforms with that Paradise Camp jersey and the Paradise Camp helmets. 16 Jay Allen right here. The handoff to Amari Daniels. You get a different view. Here we go. It's James Williams in on the tackle, number 20. So Jay Allen, 16, is a Florida baseball commit that Miami is pursuing as a quarterback for football. We're definitely keeping tabs on him. You definitely like those dual sport athletes, guys that can get it done. I feel like the dual sport athletes, you have a lot of trust in them moving forward with their careers because they've essentially found ways to be successful at one level, and they just, to me, they kind of have a sense to continue their success. There's a lot to like with guys like that. Okay, here we go. Jay Allen stepping back to pass. Oh, intercepted. Welcome to the game, Deshaun Troutman, linebacker, with a nice interception. Troutman with a really nice play. Wow, that's impressive. So I mentioned earlier, 18 Miami commits in the game. All 18. 17 from the state of Florida. 17 are in the 2021 class, including Troutman. And most of them are from South Florida. Troutman's from Orlando. That's where he plays his high school ball. And Malik Curtis from Fort Myers. However, both of those guys grew up in South Florida, so it still has that South Florida feel to it. But either way, still good to get prospects from other parts of the state. And so here we go. So that was a quick look at Jay Allen. Hopefully we'll come back to him. But right now, quarterback for the Orange team is Zion Turner. 2022 prospect from St. Thomas Aquinas. Good year last year. Someone that you think can continue to have success, continue to get better, continue to improve, and be a really nice player. Continue to develop. There's so much that goes into quarterback. So obviously good starting point for Turner moving forward. Okay, so a little shaky on offense here. Guys, it's an all-star. You know, these guys aren't used to playing with each other, so you're going to get some false starts. It's not a clean game. It's still the high school level. And if you guys have been to high school games, you know you see penalties. So you're not surprised seeing them here. Who else do we got here on the white team? That's 94. That's Shamar Stewart. Highly regarded 2022 prospect in Dade County. Nice size and speed. Nice player.
To throw on second down. Turner.
All right, Turner. Get rid of it. Oh! Unable to get rid of it. Tyler Johnson, number 9, a Miami commit. With the sack. Not surprised to see that at all. I watched most of his games the last 2 years while he was at South Dade. He's since transferred back to Killian for his senior year. That's where his older brother was a star, Jaquan Johnson, the Buffalo Bills. Shout out to Jaquan and the squad working out in South Florida with John Brown, D. Wiggins, DJ Ivy, Freddie Pender, the whole group. Great to see you guys still working out as much as possible. So here we go. That was a nice play by Tyler Johnson. He's a guy that plays DN mostly in high school. Projects as a linebacker, outside linebacker in college. Because he's 6'2", 200. However, I think you could still use him as that rush end. There's certainly certain ways to use him on a defense to be effective. Very aggressive player, finishes plays, really good burst. Nice catch there. That's George there. 80 with a catch on Jason Marshall. Marshall had the stop there, so it's 4th and 2. But George is a really nice player, really productive player. One thing that stands out to me about him, Miami commit from Plantation, but just highly productive. Oh, it's a 54-yard attempt. Borgalis, I know he wishes he had that back. He's got the leg for it. He'd like to have that one back. He'll shake it off, though. But with George, very springy, if that makes sense. It's not a term you use very often in football. When watching football players, it's typically a basketball term with their bounce. But that's what he has, is his physical attributes. He's got that nice a bounce to him. You know, he's got good speed, agility, has a knack to make catches in traffic. Thing that stands out to me, he's not the heaviest of players, but I think he can add some weight as he matures and gets older.
So after the missed long field goal,
but I just like guys that are very productive. Had a monster year last year, over 1,000 yards.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last
And Jay Allen.
Looking right side.
I feel like the offensive line needs to step it up a little bit here.
Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where
Combinate, got to get Allen a little bit more comfortable in the pocket.
away from getting right back in this game.
A lot of speed on the defense there for the Orange team. Mentioned Kitchens. James Williams. Tim Burns Jr. is over there, number 22. Mons is here as well. Mons the third says check him out, 33. Okay, there's a nice, what a nice catch. Let's talk about him. Number 8, Elijah Arroyo. The only Miami commit from outside the state of Florida is from Texas. Nice tight end prospect. Ranked inside the top 10 at his position. according to the 24/7 Sports composite rankings. Miami is always looking to add quality tight ends. And you see a glimpse of it right there with Arroyo making that nice catch.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory.
He's a little bit different of a tight end than Khalil Brantley, which is good to have a little bit of versatility. A few nice moves from Amari Daniels. Getting a majority of the work here. Terrence Gibbs is also on the roster for the white team, the running back. Maurice Jones, his high school teammate, is there too. So here we go. Jay Allen. Final minute of action here in the third quarter, looking to cut into the deficit here. Nice. Okay, there's Arroyo over the middle with a touchdown. He gets in barely. I wonder if they're going to review this. That looked really close. Arroyo with the dance. So there we go. It's going to count. They're going to go for 2. Okay, I guess it is late and might as well. I like it. 3 receivers to the left. Now they go handoff. That's not going to work. Kitchens there on the tackle, number 5. Shout out to Cam. Good to see him out there making plays with his high school teammate. That's 25 with Hammett right there. Hammett's another guy that plays a lot of DN in high school. Projects the outside linebacker. Good length. Playmaking ability. That Franklin coming back out here. Yeah, he's having a monster day. That's Wesley there, number 57. So many good players here. Okay, I know you guys want to talk about all of them. Drop in the comments if you guys have comments about any of these recruits. Definitely would like to hear what you have to say, or jump in on the conversation. So many daily conversations on our message boards on InsideTheU.com. Check that out. And again, just thanking everybody for showing your support of the videos, but also all the articles. You guys are on the message boards. I know it's not the easiest of times. We appreciate everybody stopping by here. Okay, so here we go. Let's get this thing going. We are in a huge battle now, 14-9. Thad Franklin is having a monster game. I saw 29 pop in there. There's Marquivas Brown. So there we go. That's going to do it for the third quarter. I'm actually excited to see how this is. You know, I thought the orange team was going to run away with it, but I'm glad the white team scored here. I'm curious how this is going to end up. And also, you know, one thing, maybe drop in the comments. You're seeing the rosters. Maybe you think a team was way stronger than the other, or if they played this out, what team would you think would win?
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right
There's Armella.
Brings up second down.
Another nice offensive line prospect in South Florida. Many of them here today.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to
only
the
6-minute quarter, so this is going to go quick here in the fourth.
You're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes.
There we go.
So they can't run the
I want to talk about the new quarterbacks. New quarter, new quarterbacks. Thad Franklin, over 120. He's having a huge day. So for the orange team, it's Braden Locke out of Rockwell, Texas. Glad to see Texas represented here. Number of guys making a trip, and that's good to see Miami in on Texas prospects. It used to be a nice recruiting ground for Miami in the past, and it's been fairly steady. It's dropped a little bit over the years.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory.
And certainly kind of going back just to get Eric Winston out of Midland, Texas was a big deal at the time. You know, Reggie Youngblood was a really highly regarded recruit too, out of Houston. Again, years ago, but at that time they were getting good Texas prospects. And there's others. We'll see if they can open that back up. Locke is looking good here. Nice throw.
Now this throw caught left side. And inside
He's got weapons to throw to. We've already learned that about this orange team.
15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
These guys are running off.
That's a nice play. So I think, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking if they can get a touchdown here, could be big. I saw 35 pop in there. Earl Little Jr., son of another, I mentioned Willie Smith with Chase Smith, but yeah, Earl Little Jr. His father obviously played at Miami, played in the NFL. And Little is really turning into a really nice prospect, a cornerback. Really like him and his future. Nice catch. Locke is doing well here. Adjusting to the speed quite well. It's not easy. A lot of guys out here with a lot of speed. There's 96. That's Dante Anderson. Haven't mentioned him yet. Him and Daniel Lyons. Two defensive ends. Nice players from Southridge who transferred to Homestead in the offseason. Look out for Homestead. Making some moves there. Working on developing their program. So there we go. Locke is getting these guys on the move. Oh, it didn't. I think it was incomplete. I thought he caught it. Okay. 3rd and 8, though. Yeah, field goal would be big for the white team because that would put you only down 8. Potential to tie it here late in the 4th. Zachary Brown coming up next for quarterback for the white team. Oh, nice handoff. So they get the handoff. So that is going to be a field goal. That's what they needed. Oh, no. I spoke too soon. It is a face mask. Jason Marshall. Come on, ref. Is that really a face mask? Hey, they're on it, though. They're on it. The refs are on it this game. They're calling everything. It's about right for high school? Nah. Shout out to all the refs doing the hard work there, too. Here we go. Okay. Collins and Taylor. As Terrence Lewis looking to keep the defense motivated here. So 1st and goal from the 5. Oh, nice throw. That's 85 Malik Curtis again. This guy is coming up huge. That's a nice throw by Locke. Waits to find him open. Curtis makes a nice move. Looks the ball in. Celebrates with the crowd. Lets them know. And then lets the white team. It is time to go. Big time play by Malik Curtis. Hey, speaking of that, go ahead and drop them in the comments. MVP of the Paradise Camp game here. Who do you got? Is it Malik Curtis with his 2 touchdowns? Also another catch inside the red zone. Or do you go Thad Franklin? Big time game. He's also scored a touchdown, 120 yards. Or if there's someone else that you like, maybe it's a quarterback. Maybe you like Jake Garcia's performance. And maybe you thought he was going to have an even bigger game if he played the second half. Scoreboard's looking great. Hopefully you guys like that and you noticed it all game long. There's another, just like to add some details to these things. There's another detail with the helmet. Hopefully you guys noticed that as well. 21-9 here. Winding things down. Go Keith Brown. Kind of a quiet day, but there's no doubt he's really talented. Big time playmaker. Guys like him and Burchard. Guys with that big time playmaking ability with speed are guys in that mold that you like to see in Miami's offense with Rhett Lashley. With moving guys around. They're trying to go faster pace with speed. And those are 2 guys with that ability that maybe you could see in Miami's offense for the future. Either those 2 guys in particular or those 2 guys just that style of player. So here's Brown. I want to talk about him a little bit because he's an intriguing prospect. Good size, good arm, good athleticism in his arm. I want to talk about him, but a huge interception. That's Deuce Chestnut on the pick. Solid game for him. And Brown's got to shake that off. We'll get back to him if they can get the ball back here. It's a crushing throw. That's just a good play by Deuce, really. I mean, Ja'Cory, that's what you want to do if you're Brown. Go ahead and hit Brooks. But Deuce just jumps it.
The Dolphins offense now working their
Nice
way
play.
back
We'll see if the
on
orange team
field.
can get in the end zone
They got a
again.
chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I
It's
doubt
late
they're
here.
complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be
Some
complaining
guys are
either. I
looking to
wanna
make
get
some
right back
moves.
out there and get after 'em because now you have an
Impress
opportunity to make a
coaches.
big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
Maybe impress the scouts. Maybe they want to move up on their rankings. I know all the 4-stars think they should be 5-star recruits. And the 3-star guys here feel like they should be 4s. So
Run on first down. Franklin. And he'll take this inside the 20 and
So
down
Franklin
the
goes over
18.
130 yards
Give him 3
on the day.
first down. It'll set up a
Certainly a really good
2nd and 7.
performance. Shout out to the offensive line. You guys
After getting that turnover, they're just
really
gonna be
were
happy to keep
moving
the
these
ball on
guys
the
here.
ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the
Mela,
ball security terms that have ever been
Benica,
used, they cover
Rodriguez,
well
Tate, and
everything
Marshall,
on offense right now. Just
offensive
take
line.
care of it, and they've got a good
Left to
chance
right
of
for the
winning
orange team.
this game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Yeah, make sure we got everybody. So orange team also had, I think we touched everybody on offense there. Defense also had Patrick Payton. Nice linebacker prospect with good size. Mentioned Sebastian there. You saw him on special teams.
2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd and 7, Locke.
And the white team as well. Want to make sure we got everybody here.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's
I think you
another
guys
timeout
saw
session
Shaman out
with
there
1:55 remaining.
playing some offense for the white team. Could play offense or defense. Mentioned the receivers. Their defensive line. Francois Nolan is also here.
Looking good as they come up
First and goal here from the 10. Let's see if Locke can get him in here again.
They'll actually throw it with Locke.
Nice. Over the middle. There you go. Right to Brinson.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd.
He's had a good
play.
performance. I really like Brinson, that 6'2", 180 mold where you could continue to develop him. That good length at that position.
They come out
You're
here
able to
in the
do
eye.
different things with him with outside
From inside the 5.
on the perimeter or getting him across the middle.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's
Oh, I thought
just
Thad was going to
before
get in
the
there
line
again.
of game.
But just that versatility because,
With 3rd and 1.
you know, he's not a guy that, a smaller guy where you just automatically, you look at him as a slot guy, and he's not one of the bigger guys who maybe lacks a little bit of speed on the perimeter, but he's just in that good mold. And that strikes me as an important qualities because that's what wide receivers coach Rob Likens said at Miami, that he likes those guys. He mentioned Mark Pope specifically as liking those that physical build, if you will. There's Anderson right there. Anderson and Lyons, good friends, close. Different style of player. Anderson has more length,
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't
and then
it?
Lyons has a little bit more, more size.
Let's face it.
And Lyons, I think, is a guy that you could move him inside or outside if he continues to develop. Okay, so they're going to go for a field goal here. The final minute. The 2020 Paradise Camp, new format. They're actually playing a game, not just doing the one-on-ones or the 7-on-7 work or the position group. We invited the whole community out to watch this at Hard Rock Stadium.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time.
And Brown, there we go. So we are going to see him a little bit
Well, it's not mission accomplished.
out of Valdosta, Georgia. Great to see him here. He's been down to Miami. Class of 2022 is such a big class as well. A number of guys are here from that class. Who will be the first one to commit to Miami? There was an article on the website. Check that out. Who will be the first in the class to commit? Drop in the comments here if you have an opinion who you think it might be.
The kickoff unit is out on the field and they will
This
send
final
this
minute of
one
action. But Brown's a guy, again, a good arm,
This will be taken in at the 1.
good athleticism.
And he'll take this
and he's from a premier program there in Valdosta. We talk so much about South Florida high school programs and areas that produce a lot of guys. But certainly Valdosta, Georgia has been a really nice spot for producing players as well. And Georgia is certainly a state that I think Miami needs to pay close attention to in the recruiting area. Even though it is difficult going against SEC schools, there's still a lot of interest in the Miami program there. Nice play. So Daniels with a nice catch. That's good to see Brown complete a pass here. Shake off that interception, much like Jay Allen with his first pass.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming.
I hope you guys are enjoying this.
And too much time's going to run off the clock.
Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds.
Want to make sure we got to everybody. There's a nice catch. There's a nice, wow, in traffic. Nice play. A lot of guys there, but Jacory's able to make that catch in traffic. Not surprised to see him make those big plays. There's Mons, 33 is in there. Again, saw David, 31. And the offensive line for the white team. Oh, another big pass. Wish we had a little bit more time. I think the white team might have scored a touchdown. Good pass. Catch by Brashard Smith.
And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
There we go. Great to see. Everybody, oh, there we go. That's what you like to see. Orange and white team, everybody just celebrating together. Got Garcia there with Gibbs. James Williams, number 20. That was 70, that was Harris. There we go. There's a close-up look at those exclusive helmets for the 2020 Paradise Camp. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Take a look at some of these highlights. Once again, appreciate everybody for watching this. Drop in the comments. Let me know what you thought. MVP of the game. And any thoughts on recruiting. Obviously, you can chime in here. Or go to the message boards as well. Number of big-time plays. I think that Thad Franklin, you look at the numbers there. The white team actually passed for more those last couple pass plays there, but the orange team with the win. And there's Cameron Kitchens. Great to see. Just want to thank everybody once again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Check out InsideTheU.com. You can find me on Twitter at InsideTheU. And take care.